On today's episode, we are going to be doing some thrift flip decor. I'm going to take you to one of my favorite thrift shops here in the Orlando area. I've got some already in my stash that I haven't flipped yet, so if that doesn't work out, we can go in that direction. I do want to thank this episode's sponsor, thredUP. They are an amazing company, and I cannot wait to share with you the outfits that I got this time and a new program that they are doing that will make it so easy for you to get a stylish high-end look. So let's get headed to the thrift store, see what we can find, and then we will get flipping. Kind of cool. I love the marble on top. I kind of am tempted to buy it just for that. This is kind of a fun find. I don't really need it, but fun. Okay, so I don't have a spot for this, but this would be a really fun find because I could see you lifting it up on the wall and converting it into a bathroom vanity. Wouldn't that be so awesome? And you could maybe paint this out. And this is what I just want to show you, is that there is different ways to think outside the box. Like I said, I don't have a spot for this, but that is a really fun idea. So they didn't have a ton of things that I was looking for. They had some pretty fun stuff, but that's no matter. I have several things from other thrifting adventures that I want to thrift on this episode. So let's head back to my studio and we'll start flipping. Okay, so we are back from our thrifting adventures, and just like it's typical with thrifting, is some days really good and other days are not so good. I didn't score that many pieces on my thrifting trip, but that's okay, because if you go consistently enough, you will gather enough thrifted items and then you'll have an awesome haul. And that's what I have for you today. I've got several thrifted items that we're gonna flip right now. So for my first flip, we are gonna be doing this nightstand that I got almost a year ago. This has just been sitting, being very patient, waiting for me to do something. Now I know this first flip is going to offend some of you, especially the wood purists out there. I apologize. Yes, we are going to be putting some paint on this wood. In my humble opinion, it's a little bit dated. This actually I think was a nightstand from an old Disney World resort. It's Thomasville. It's a very beautiful, very well built. Love it. It's just got a little bit of a dated finish, and so we're gonna update it a little bit. The first thing we need to do is remove that back shield on the back of the wall. I just don't like it, and the other one that I got didn't have it to begin with. So in order to make them match, we're gonna remove this one. And then we're gonna be doing a black color wash. This ended up being a little bit more opaque in the end than I intended. When you typically do a color wash, you want a little bit of the wood to show through. Some of it did end up showing through, but not quite as much as I initially had planned, but I love how it turned out. Let me just preface that. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 3/4 of black chalk paint to 1/4 water, stir it all up, put it in a jar, and then just go to town, painting the whole thing. And then you have a wet washcloth handy where you can like wipe some of it off if you feel like it's getting too heavy, and then kind of feather it out. After the initial paint dried, I did 2 coats of a matte spray-on sealer, and I do think chalk paint on furniture absolutely needs to be sealed. I like to use that spray-on sealer, and this is a matte finish. Even though it's a matte finish, it does give it kind of a pretty sheen, and then we let that dry. And so everything is black, the hardware, everything. It's super sexy. I love the way this turned out. It kind of gets me motivated to finish that guest bedroom where it's sitting. So maybe that will give me a kick in the pants to finish that up, and I am super excited about it. Coming up, I've got a special tribute project for my Grandma Ruth. So now it's time to tell you about thredUP's new Thrift the Look page. I am so excited. It makes it so easy to get a designer look. They couldn't have made it easier. And let me tell you how it works. So What they have is they have a page, which I will link in the description box below. They have a whole bunch of inspiration outfits. So you're gonna go to this page and you're gonna scroll through and find an outfit that you like. And then you're gonna click on that. And then what you can do is once you clicked on that outfit, you can click on the little button that's hovering each article of clothing, click on it, and then it will automatically search for like items. How cool is this? So I found this outfit on their Thrift the Look page and I loved it. I thought it was so cute. And here is my version. So the dress is actually Old Navy, but I loved it. I thought it was super cute, super comfy and casual. And it was $15.99 on thredUP, and the estimated retail of this dress was $40. The denim jacket is Tommy Hilfiger. I paid $24.99 on thredUP, and the original estimated cost of this jacket was $90, so that was a huge saving. I love it. It's super cute, right? Can we talk about the sneakers? These are so cute. The sneakers are Steve Madden. Aren't they so cute with the little kind of tone-on-tone look with a star? The original estimated retail price of the sneakers was $95 and I paid just $36.99. Okay, so what do you think about this outfit? Do you think I matched the inspiration one pretty closely? Do you think we did good? Let me know in the comment section. So now it's time to change into my next outfit. My next inspiration is this outfit right here. Obviously, I was not going to be wearing a crop top, so I just extended the length of my t-shirt a little bit. So here's my version of this outfit. So let me tell you what I did. Obviously, I made a couple changes. I really love the blazer I went with. It's Tahari, and the estimated retail of this I think is around $143, $144. And on thredUP, I paid $31.99. It's in like new condition. It's super cute. Love the look. The t-shirt is St. John's Bay. The estimated retail of the t-shirt is about $30 and I paid $9.99 on thredUP. And this handbag is real leather. It's Alfani, I believe is the brand name. If I'm mispronouncing that, let me know. But it's real leather. The estimated retail of this is $107. And I got it on a final sale for $31.99 on thredUP. And so really cute. Not an exact match, but they coordinate really well together. And then the shoes, I went with a kind of a black sandal. The estimated retail of this was about $45 and on thredUP they were $19.99. Now you'll notice the bottoms are a little bit different than what was in the picture, and that is okay. We can take the idea of an outfit and put our own spin on it. I wanted to do something a little bit more business attire for all of my meetings with myself. Just kidding. So these are DKNY pants. I don't remember what I spent on them. It was on the last episode, and I'll link all of the thrift flip episodes below. And I think they look super cute with this outfit. I love this look. It's kind of springy. It's fresh. It's like, I feel like powerful in it. And I don't know, what do you think? I'm going to tell you about this little locket here in just a second, but I've got one more outfit for you, so hang with me just a little bit more, and then we'll get back to flipping. So for my last thredUP outfit, I was inspired by this one that I saw on their Thrift the Look page, and I saw it and I'm like, that's a super cute outfit. And I was able to come up with this look. The jacket is by Marcel Renee, and the estimated retail of this jacket is $375, and I got it for $54.99 on the thredUP. Real leather, super cute, I love it. And the dress, as cute as it is honestly a Target brand. It originally retails for $24 and I got it on thredUP for $6.99, so that is a huge steal. And then this cute clutch is a Preston and York, and I think the original retail on this is $54. That's what they're estimating, and I got it for $11.99, so that is really cute, and I think it looks really similar to the inspiration look. Okay, now let's talk about the shoes and the socks here, because Apparently, I watched a little bit too much of Emily in Paris, and I feel like I'm a little fashionista or something, because I don't know how I feel about these socks and shoes. They're kind of fun, they're kind of cute. The shoes are by Solterra. They estimate the retail to be about $144. I got them for $31.99 on thredUP. They are really comfortable, they're cute, they're a little youthful, so maybe I've lost a few years. One last look at this outfit. This is my version, and this is the inspiration version. What do you think? Did I match it up pretty good? So I had a blast using their Thrift the Look page. If you want to check out thredUP and their Thrift the Look app, I'm going to put the link in the description box below. They've also allowed me to give you a coupon for 60% off your first thredUP purchase plus free shipping. I just love thredUP. It's such a blast to use. You know, I promised to tell you about this locket, and this locket belonged to my great grandma Ruth, and I have got a special tribute DIY that I'm going to be doing later on in the episode, so make sure you stay tuned to see what I do with this. This is a very special piece that means a lot to me, and I've got a special DIY that relates to this somehow. So stay with me a little bit longer. Let's get back flipping. So my next thrift flip is this beautiful wood bowl that's kind of a little bit tired looking. And I thought that it was super cute. It had a really great shape, but it just needed a little extra love, but not much. So all I decided to do here is I kind of taped off that bottom rim of the wood bowl, and I decided to kind of make it look metal. Gold in particular, and I just used some rub and buffed 2 coats on the bottom here, and I actually did the entire bottom, and you'll see why in just a second, because I could have just left that alone and just did the rim and let that dry. And then I took some antiquing glaze that I had on hand and just did a coat of that all the way around and kind of wiped it on really nice. You could use Old English and all of that. If you're going to be using it for food, at least on the inside, I would probably just use some coconut oil or something for the inside where the food's going to touch. But I'm going to be using this for decorative purposes, so it didn't really matter too much. And that's it for this thrift flip. Super easy, right? Well, the reason I did the bottom is you can see here, I wanted to show you this one first, is it's really fun to kind of flip some bowls over sometimes and use them as a pedestal base. You can put a beautiful clear platter on it and use it as a place to display cupcakes or whatnot. I didn't show you this here, but you could also use it as a drink dispenser base, which would be super cute. And so there's a lot of options, but for the most part, I'm going to have it flipped over and use it kind of as a bowl as it was intended for decorative purposes. And I just thrown in some decorative green orbs. I think it's really cute. I can switch this out seasonally. At Christmas time, put in some nice potpourri and things like that, and just kind of switch it out maybe a little bit with the seasons. But wood bowls are really on trend. I really love this, and I love that just little extra metallic finish on the bottom. I love this thrift flip, but what do you think? So for this next thrift flip, my husband was questioning my sanity because I actually found this beautiful candlestick, glass candlestick at a thrift store when we visited Idaho last summer, and I wrapped it up and carried it home in my suitcase. And my husband's like, what are you doing? You're thrifting in Idaho? Well, I thought it was beautiful, and it was $3. And I knew that if I found the right glass jar, that would make a beautiful piece together. And that's all we're going to do. This one is so simple. So I found this canister. I actually got it at Hobby Lobby, but you can find lots of canisters at thrift stores, so keep your eye open for that. And all we did is I took this $1 epoxy kit that I got at Dollar Tree, squeezed it together, stirred it up, and then just kind of wiped it around the rim of that candlestick and set our canister on top, and then let it dry for 12 hours. That was it for the thrift flip. And you take 2 kind of ordinary, I mean, the candlestick wasn't very ordinary, it was pretty cool, but you take 2 relatively ordinary things epoxy them together, and you have one new awesome, extraordinary piece that I can use in my bathroom and put all of my Epsom salts in, and it makes a beautiful display. And just think of all the glass items that you can get at a thrift store and what you can do if you combine two ordinary things together. So I love this. It was super easy to do and just opens a whole bunch of possibilities. So what do you think of that? So for this thrift flip though, it's another just super easy flip. You don't always have to do like these grand things and totally rework everything. Sometimes it's just like little subtle things that make a whole world of difference. So I found this Mercury glass jar that I thought was really cute, but it had like some scratching and imperfections kind of around the bottom of this Mercury glass, and I'm like, oh, I bet I could do something with that. Now you could just go back in with some looking glass spray paint and just do it as is, but I wanted to shake it up a little bit. I really thought that metal kind of label thing on the jar was really cute, so I started there. Initially I did some gold rub and buff on it. It ended up being the wrong color in the end, but that was okay. It was an easy fix. Once that was dry, I literally took it outside, held it in my hand, and very carefully just sprayed the bottom half in gold. And I didn't tape anything off because I kind of wanted to have it like an ombre effect where it kind of bled into the Mercury glass. And I spritzed on some water to kind of keep that Mercury effect going with the gold. And that water will kind of create little pockets that will create that Mercury effect. And so I just did that with, it's called 18 karat Krylon. It's the gold spray paint that I use the most. I love it. You can get it at your local craft store. It's kind of expensive online. So once we did the base, I realized that gold was the wrong color. So once that dried, I kind of wrapped it up and resprayed the little label in the correct gold. And then I also sprayed a little bit of that gold on the upper rim of it just for fun. And I let that dry. And it was such an easy fix with spray paint that I already had on hand. And now it looks really beautiful on my mantle here in my living room. You can see it back there, super cute. I love that ombre effect, so fun. Just more proof that you don't always have to do like these super extravagant things to make something great. So easy flip. So now it's time for my tribute thrift flip. This one I actually didn't get at a thrift store. This is a silverware box that belonged to my great grandma Ruth, who I've talked about on this channel before. She was extremely meaningful to me and impactful to me in my life. And she's been gone for several years now, and I miss her. But I ended up with this silverware box, and it's a little worse for wear. And I was like, what can I do to this? The inside was just really beat up, but the outside was also beat up. So I wasn't going to use it for silverware. So what I decided to do, and I know my Grandma Hershey would be okay with this, is we are going to turn this into a special keepsake box slash jewelry box, and we are going to monogram it. But the first thing we did is I ripped out all of the blue velvet. It was really tattered, but it was really easy to pull out too. So I pulled out all of that, and the outside of the box and the inside of the box were just kind of beat up. So I took it outside and gave the inside and the outside a really good sanding. I could have done a better job. If I'm being honest, I could have spent a little bit more time sanding it, but it was fine. So after that, I kind of like experimented with a couple of different finishes on the inside of the box. I wasn't really loving anything, so I just decided to just let it be for a minute and go ahead and work on the outside. And I knew I wanted to do a wood monogram. So what I did is I designed a monogram on my Cricut design space, and then I went ahead and cut it out on my Cricut maker in like a thin balsa wood. Super awesome. Now here's where I kind of went wrong. So I decided to just make it go a little bit faster. I was just gonna hot glue the monogram into place. That was a mistake. If you were to do this, just go ahead and use wood glue and glue it to the box. It will be a lot like more flush. I mean, because what ended up happening is the glue kind of lifted it up or raised it, which created like some problems down the road. So just use some wood glue, put something heavy on it, let it dry for several hours, and then move on to the next step. Learn from my mistake. And then I kind of left it overnight, and I'm like, what am I gonna do about the inside? And then it came to me in a dream, or I recalled something that I had. So I came up with a really good idea, but you're gonna have to wait just a second more. But because the first thing we needed to do is I drilled a hole for the handle that I'm gonna add, you'll see. I took the box outside and we spray painted the whole thing white inside and out. Now you'll see like the top that I kind of chalk painted the top at first. I should have just spray painted it. It was just such a much more consistent, smooth look. Anyways, spray painting was the way to go. I did 2 really good coats and then like a light 3rd coat. Once that was all dried, I pulled out some stickers that I got at the Dollar Tree a few months ago. They may still have them, but they're peony stickers. Now I know I'm gonna get comments. I'm from the West, we say peony. I've said peony my whole life, but I know that there's a lot of people who have a lot of feelings about that, and they say, no, it's peonies. So whether you say peonies, I say peony, and hopefully it'll all work out. Anyway, so we're gonna stick them in, there's no rhyme or reason. I just kind of stuck them here or there, just the way it looked good to me. I even split one from the lid to the bottom and cut it with a razor blade, and loved that. And then I decided to add this quote. So I cut the following quote out on my Cricut machine in a pink vinyl. And it says, when someone you love becomes a memory, those memories become a treasure. And I thought that this was a perfect quote to put in a memory slash keepsake slash jewelry box. And it's where I'm going to be storing this beautiful locket that belonged to my great-grandmother, was gifted to her by my great-grandpa, and she gifted it to me on my wedding day. And it's this beautiful locket that has a significant meaning. You saw me wear it with my other outfit a little bit ago. It's such a beautiful piece, and now it has a beautiful box that also belonged to my grandma Hershey, so it all comes full circle. But to finish out this look, I just added this really cool Mercury glass knob that kind of dangles like a piece of jewelry. On the outside, it's kind of sleek, white, with a little bit of glitz of that Mercury glass. And then when you open to the inside, it's got a lot of fun and a lot of personality. And I just love this jewelry box, and I hope you like it too. Why did she go? Whoa. Was I supposed to know that she'd leave? Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I always have so much fun putting this episode together for you. If you want to check out thredUP once again, be sure to use my coupon code DESIGN9 when you're checking it out to get 60% off your first order plus free shipping. That is such a good deal. I've got the links for thredUP and Thrift the Look all down in the description box, as well as that coupon code. Have fun. I have so much fun shopping their site. And if you enjoyed this episode, here's another one that I think you'll like as well. And if you haven't done so already, consider hitting that subscribe button right here. It's super easy to do, and I would love it if you joined the DIY Niner family. And to all of my DIY Niners, I just want to remind you that you are more powerful than you know. We'll see you next time. Bye.